Well, good evening, everybody in Camp Lutherwood. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Patrick Cyber, and it is my honor to join you again for the Spirit of Harvest fundraiser. What a blast it is always every year, and it's fun to be coming to you virtually again. We have a wonderful program for you tonight, and we want you to be a part of it. So let's start by using that chat box and typing in your name and saying hi, and tell us where you're tuning in from tonight. It's always great to see viewers tune in from all over the United States. So please be sure to type in exactly where you're at tonight. We love to hear it. And we're going to throw some of you right up on screen as soon as we get them. So do that. I also want to let you know, folks, we want to encourage you because we're going to have several giveaways tonight. And so we want you to make sure that you type in hashtag Camp Rocks to enter our drawings for Camp Swag tonight. I see some of our friends are already doing it. It looks like Roxanne's already figured it out. I also make sure, hey, Joanna, don't type it in where you just say Camp Talks from Eugene. You want to go hashtag Camp Rocks to be entered into the drawings tonight. So, hey, we've got a wonderful, wonderful program for you. Our online auction had already opened up last week and will remain open throughout our live stream tonight. We'll begin closing our online auction at 8:30 tonight. So you got plenty of time to enjoy the program. And then when we're done, wrap up those last and final bids. But the bids have been great. If you haven't started bidding yet, though, hey, folks, do go to lutherwood.org or lutherwoodoregon.org and click on the Spirit of Harvest tab at the very top. It'll take you right to our auction website where you can register and start bidding. And if you're watching us tonight on the Camp Lutherwood Facebook page, you will have to move over to lutherwoodoregon.org and click on that Spirit of Harvest link so that you are able to bid and donate and enjoy all the fun tonight, because we've got some really fun stuff for you. And once you're there, just click on the live stream link and you'll be able to follow all the action all on one screen. Lastly, I want to encourage you to get your chances to win the $500 Amazon gift card. We're only selling 100 chances. They're $25 each. And last I checked, I think we're under 50 of them. They're already halfway gone. We've been on the air for a few minutes. So make sure that you get those. We're going to draw that winner a little bit later in the program. So now let's get the harvest started. Please welcome our co-host this evening. Put your glasses down and bring your hands together virtually for our executive director and associate director. We got all the heavy hitters here tonight. A lot of heavy breathing in the room. Please welcome Andrea and Melissa. How are you guys?
Hey, Patrick. It's so great to see you and have you back with us. Hello there.
Thanks for having me. It's great.
Well, welcome to Camp Lutherwood's Spirit of Harvest, everyone. It's so good to be with you tonight. I'm glad that we can be online together for our third annual event. We're going to have a ton of fun tonight, right, Melissa?
Yes, we are. It's hard to believe it's been 3 years that we've been doing this online.
All right.
So yes, we are. And hi to everyone who's joining us tonight. It's fun to see you all into the chat. And we've got a giveaway to get us started, because that's the best way to start, is to give away some free things. So if you can put in hashtag Camp Rocks right now, and you're going to be entered to win a drawing for some really fun Lutherwood gear. We're going to do a couple of these drawings throughout the night, so be sure to keep putting in hashtag Camp Rocks to enter to win. So our first giveaway is a Lutherwood travel mug and tote bag. So Patrick, can you do our first one right now?
Absolutely. I would love to. Here we go. We've already got 10 entries in. Can you believe it, Melissa? I'm going to give them just a couple of seconds to keep going, because I know we have more people tuned in than that. And so I want to, I can see those numbers, and I would love for them to enjoy and get in. I see Brent just joined us. He typed in hashtag Camp Rocks. We love that.
Nice.
Libby's in the room. Peter
nice.
is typing it in. They're going fast and furious, right? The clan Singletary is in. Any relation?
Yes, that's my clan right there. I'll sign
I
in.
love it. I love it. And Jordan is in. And hey, folks, once you enter once tonight, you're in the drawings for the rest of the night. So you don't have to keep doing it. Once you're in, you're in. I see Laura's chimed in. I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice on the first
Do
one.
it.
What do you
Let's see
think,
who it
Melissa?
is. Yep,
Let's
travel
see
mug and tote bag.
Here it goes. Laura Fuller is our first winner.
That's
Congratulations,
fantastic.
Laura.
All right, Laura, we will get those fun things off to you really soon. So, besides fun giveaways, we are here to share with you something that both Andrea and I have experienced firsthand, that camp makes a huge impact on people's lives. Every summer, campers and staff alike experience transformation and growth because of camp, and it takes the support of all of us to make it possible each year.
Tonight, together, all of us, we get to raise the support for Camp Lutherwood, Oregon. That's pretty fun, and I'm glad you're all here. Our goals are really simple. One is we want to be able to continue to pay a competitive wage for our summer staff, for them to be able to work at Camp Lutherwood during the summer. And then also we want to keep our camper costs low. Our hope really is not to raise our camper fees and to offer more robust scholarships for families in need of assistance. No one is ever turned away for a week of camp. It's with your support that we can make this dream a reality tonight. So let's get started. And in good old camp fashion, we're going to start with a word of prayer. So let's pray together. Abundant God, thank you for the ministry of Camp Lutherwood, Oregon, and for all the people who have come before us and will follow after. Tonight, give us joy and delight as we have fun together in supporting our campers and staff. Thank you for all the abundant gifts you give to us, and I pray your blessing on our evening. Amen.
Amen. All right. I am so excited for all the stories we have to share with you tonight. You get to hear from the 2022 summer staff, who are going to share a little peek behind the curtain at camp with stories, insights, and laughs from their summer. They'll also share how campers' lives are changed and how camp, in turn, impacts them as they launch into adulthood. Summer staff work at camp for many reasons, but they all experience the transformative power of spending a summer in the Lutherwood community, serving and playing together. Let's hear now what they have to say about that transformation.
My name is Mazzy Dice, and I was our crafts leader this summer.
My name is Zephyr Martinez, and I have been the camp naturalist this summer.
My name is Lincoln. I was a counselor, and earlier in the summer I was also working as a lifeguard.
My name's Haley. I was a counselor this summer.
My name's Owen. I worked as a site support person, which means I do things like I run the climbing wall, I run archery, I'll run different activities wherever they need me. And if we run out of other staff, I also counsel some cabins, which is pretty fun.
My name's Lily. I'm a counselor this summer.
My name's Gunnar, and I was a counselor and also site support this summer here at camp.
My favorite meal line camp song is The Princess Pad, because that's kind of been my song this summer, and I feel like I'm kind of the Princess Pad.
Hail Lutherwood would probably be one of my favorites.
The song is called Whittle, WTL.
Oh gosh, Tarzan. Or Boogie Woogie Washerwoman. Song's a good one.
Overflow. Just because it's really nice and peaceful.
I think that's what camp is for, is it's these people who are just going to love you and be excited that you're here and want to play with you and swim with you and sing with you and like sit quietly with you and just hear what you're thinking and what's going on in your life without judgment. and you get only a week of that, but I know for me a week was enough to carry me through the rest of my year. So I always had camp to come back to.
Just having a support system outside of your family makes a huge difference for some of these kids, because a lot of them come from homes, I mean, no one has a perfect home, but a lot of these kids come from places that are really just not the best. And so being able to come and eat dinner with a group of people that you're spending the whole week with and feeling supported and being able to go out of your comfort zone and getting affirmed that that's okay is like hugely important.
When I had a cabin, and they weren't the best of friends. They tolerated each other, but they were just like campers who happened to live in the same space. And then we were doing an activity, and they all just meshed together, and they were working together, and it was so much fun to see.
They become more outgoing. The first couple days are a little more quiet, but then by the end, they're all best friends with each other, exchanging phone numbers, crying at the end when they don't want to leave. I think also hearing from other staff that have been here before, like how the campers that they saw last year are different now. I had a camper that was supposed to be difficult, but she was fine. And I think that that's really amazing that in 1 year she completely turned around and had a great time.
One of our themes this summer is that you are loved by God, and that also includes like loving yourself and loving others, because we're all reflections of God, which is our Monday theme, so it leads up to that. And we just had this like sit down conversation out in the craft shed while we were working on a project that was like what was going on in their lives, what was going on in their homes, how they're maybe not feeling as supported at home as they would like to feel. And I got to just be an adult who was going to listen and go, that sounds really hard. Tell me more about that. Like, I care about this. I care that that's happening to you. Let's acknowledge that. And I think for them, that was a moment of like building trust. And then for the rest of the week, they would come to me with smaller things than that. But since we had that big conversation, I felt like we got to really connect.
It's definitely just a place that most kids need, even if they don't really think about it, because like it definitely would have helped me when I was younger, because just being able to be part of a community, even though like cleaning, action time, like doing all of the hard stuff is still okay, because you're doing it with your cabin, and it's building that kind of community.
I had a kid who had never been to camp before. He was terrified. He was homesick. He was throwing up with how homesick he was. And this was the first week of campers. I'm like, wow. But I got to see him again this year, and he was all smiles. He was excited to see me. He was excited to be back at camp, and it was cool to see like I had that kind of impact on that kid. And it could have been camp as a whole, but to see like that impact on just that kid alone was really cool. And it showed me how much value camp has for these kids.
So fun to see all their faces again.
It is. You know, there are so many camper stories over the years, if you think about just all the years we've been doing this. And summer of 2022 was no exception. Coming off of, we're not really off of, but coming through another year of COVID, the staff this summer were really committed to their work at camp. And the number one reason was to work with the campers. Many of the staff this summer were also past campers. So that was they know for themselves how important it is to the role of summer staff during the camp week. So that's great. You know, I've been at camp now, I hate to admit this, but if you put all the summers together as working at camp, I've been there 26 summers. And I've always said that the young adults are so important to what we do at camp. And if you just average out, 20 camp staff for 25, 26 years, we're talking well over 500 young adults that I've had the privilege of interacting with over the years. And the only way we can do that is with our campers is because of them. The past few years have been challenging for staff and campers alike. And we know a summer camp experience is needed for both the summer staff and for the campers. So tonight, Again, our goal is to raise money to help pay the camp staff appropriate wages so they're willing and able to work for us for the full summer. And we also want to be available for a wide group of campers. So all of you, your support helps us keep our camper fees accessible. So now let's hear just a little bit more from our 2022 summer staff, how they personally grew this summer at camp.
After camp, my hope is to go back to school because I did the classic camp counselor thing where I came to camp and was like, oh no, I think I need to be a teacher. So I think I either want to do writing with high schoolers and maybe also like be a club leader, so like run some photography or some art classes or something, or I want to work with fourth graders.
I'm an education major and I'm going back to school in the fall. Knowing the impact that teachers make on kids, that's just like what I've always wanted to do, and I thought being a camp counselor, I could start that role early.
For the next year, I will be staying and working here. I'll be doing a lot of site stuff, so like landscaping projects, and then we're also looking at changing how we do the challenge course here. And so I'm hoping that this year, maybe I'll find out that what I really want to do is work in camp management, or even just outdoor recreation in general. And so I think that'll be good for me.
I think my senior year is going to be different because of my summer here, because this is just a great thing to look back on. I know the memories from working here are going to be surfacing all the time while I'm trying to be studying or trying to do work. So it'll be a good thing to like distract me from the hard stuff. It's a good opportunity for me to think back to all the hard stuff I did during the summer and use it not only as a place that I can think of to relax, but also as a place to think of to empower myself and to be confident that I can keep on doing hard things.
Definitely, like my first year of college, it felt like I was going from teachers guiding me through assignments and helping me with things to 3-hour lectures. All right, this is due in a week, have fun. And it was like, that was jarring. To me, I thought that meant I couldn't handle that kind of like amount of stress. I needed more guidance or more like someone to ease me into it. And so when I was able to pull off being a counselor last year, which is just getting thrown into the fire, after that first week last year, it was like, wow, I can actually do this. I made it through. The kids like me, they listen to me, it kind of changed the way I thought about myself and what I can do in my life, because I feel like if I can handle this, I can handle pretty much anything.
So fun. You know, Camp Lutherwood is a special place for so many of us. Just even seeing those of you who have signed on, I know that some of your stories and all of the ways that camp is a really special community. You know, at so many points in my life, I found myself grateful for the relationships and experiences that I've had at camp as a camper, as a summer staff in college, and then as a year-round staff member. But before we go on, I want to take just a second and give you our last and final call to purchase chances to win the $500 Amazon gift card. I think there's a few left. So if you want to get another chance, now is the time to do that. And we will draw that in just a little bit. So, you know, you've shown up tonight because you know the impact camp has on both campers and young adult staff members. And we have an amazing story to share with you tonight. We get to hear from Nikki McParland, who has graciously shared her story with us. Nikki is a foster home certifier with Springfield, Oregon DHS. Her husband, Gabe, and 2 boys love to enjoy camp with her during the summers. They were there for family camp this last summer. And every time I hear her story, I get goosebumps because Nikki's story is exactly what we hope with for all of our campers. And I'll let you tell her let her tell you how.
My first experience with Camp Lutherwood was when I was in elementary school in about 1992, and I lived in Corvallis, and my best friend would come here every summer. And she would tell me stories about camp and how much fun she had, and I just became captivated by the idea of it. So I begged my parents, and they allowed me to tag along with her the next summer. My family was not religious. We didn't have a church that we belonged to, but I felt accepted by Camp Lutherwood and the feeling of come as you are, and I really felt that. Very quickly, I developed a deep sense of belonging here. I came back for several summers in elementary school and in middle school, and camp became my favorite place to be, and I would tell everybody about it. We would have relatives come from out of state, and I would have them drive me from Corvallis to camp to show them camp. So I have pictures of my Canadian grandparents with me at the camp sign. I found God at camp, and I learned about God's creation and how God shows his love for others, and that was really powerful for me. At the time, I did struggle with some hardships in my childhood and with my family, and coming to camp was almost like a solace for me at times, and I got a break from that, like we were talking about in the video, and I feel like that's really common for kids. The interactions with staff and campers that I had here contributed to my sense of self-worth and desire to make good decisions as an adolescent and as a teen. My amazing childhood camper experiences brought me back as a summer staff member a few years later in 2001, and I was the craft leader, but also filled in as a counselor, a kitchen staff, and helped in many other capacities behind the scenes. The experience taught me leadership skills, teaching skills, self-reliance, how to work as a team member, and gave me confidence. Unfortunately, not in public speaking, but in other ways. I enjoyed working with the campers and getting to know them. I met some vulnerable youth and embraced the opportunity I had to mentor them and be a positive adult figure while at camp. I knew that I was planting positive memories and thoughts about their worth and futures in the same way that Lutherwood staff had done for me years prior. I was lucky enough to come back as craft leader for a second summer, and those positive experiences started my interest in social work and working with children. After graduating from college, I entered the social work field working for the Department of Human Services Child Welfare Program. The first thing people often say when they learn what I do for a career is, "I could never do your job." And I always smile and I tell them we are all capable of doing hard things. And Camp Lutherwood taught me all of the skills and compassion I needed to be successful and make a difference in people's lives. I've thought about all the ways Camp Lutherwood has touched my heart over the years, and it is now my hope that foster youth and foster families can learn about the amazing things that camp has to offer. I know what a meaningful impact a week of summer camp can have on a child. I enjoy working with Andrea and Melissa to network and brainstorm opportunities for Camp Lutherwood to work with the foster care community and bring some of our county's most vulnerable youth to camp. I see so much potential and ways to make a positive impact in these children's lives. When I think about that impressionable tag-along camper Nikki back in the early 90s, and how now as a parent myself I have come full circle, I have 2 sons, ages 7 and 10, and I am delighted to bring my family to various camp functions. We have attended family camp twice, and my boys absolutely love it. They are so comfortable and feel at home. They sing camp songs all year round, and watching my own children learn about God's creation and how to show God's love to the world the same way that I did at their age is priceless to see. My favorite thing about camp outside of spending time with my family was talking with and getting to know the summer staff. This past summer, I learned a lot of the staff members were close to graduating college and still considering what their next path was going to be. I enjoyed listening to their stories and talking about the possibilities. I took the opportunity to point out the strengths and skills I see in them, talking about what they've gained from their experience at Camp Lutherwood and how they can apply it in their future endeavors. I know several Lutherwood staff that I worked with 20 years ago continue to come back to camp in personal and professional capacities because the love and connection that we have for camp never leaves us. We are all part of a family. Every child camper and every staff member at Lutherwood will grow up to become a contributing member of society. We will all have a great impact on the lives of many people while serving our community, and I just think that is a wonderful thing.
Oh, I just love Nikki's story. Thank you, Nikki, for doing that. I know public speaking wasn't her favorite thing, but she has such a good, strong story to tell. And there's a number of people on the event tonight that were past staff as well and have been campers.
Yep.
And I want to thank Christy too, as she recognizes how important camp's impact is on our campers and counselors. So thank you for your comments, everyone. That's just really helpful for us as well. You know, if you think about 63 summers of doing summer camp at Lutherwood, there's a lot of people that have been impacted. I was at the grocery store this week and I had my camp vest on, and somebody said, Camp Lutherwood, that's where I went for outdoor school.
Nice.
And I said, great, come back out and visit us. So that's what I say to everybody. Come out and visit us because you need to be there. But you know that our summer program is the heart of what we do. It is kind of the heart and soul of what Lutherwood has stood for years and years and years. And everything we do the rest of the year makes it possible for us to offer our summer camp program.
Yep. And at the center of every summer camp program, like we've said, are our campers and our staff. And we know it's getting more and more challenging for families to afford things like summer camp. We hear that every summer. We know how important it is for our kids to be here, but it's really hard. And that's why we have this important goal of keeping our camper costs as low as possible.
Mm-hmm. And you know, our Spirit of Harvest is one of the primary ways that everybody has an opportunity to support our campers and our staff. Because all of you know, we can't do it without our staff, right? And we can't offer a summer program without them, without our campers. So as you've seen in our stories tonight, the transformation that they experience during a summer at camp is like nothing else. It's hard to describe. Yeah. And for all the years I've worked at camp and somebody asks me what I do, I can never put into words exactly what I do. It's so hard to tell them the life-changing experience I've had working at camp as well. But I do it. I always tell them. So thank you for being a part of this tonight.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, we gathered a small group of supporters to pledge support to Spirit of Harvest event. And we shared these same goals that we have for our whole event. And this group has already generously contributed $35,000 towards Spirit of Harvest, which is phenomenal. And we're so grateful for them. And we're looking forward to adding to that number tonight. So I just want to say thank you for your generosity as we work towards this together and as we stay committed to offering summer camp going forward. So I'm going to welcome Patrick back, and he's going to help us get going on some fun. Not that we haven't been having fun, but, even more fun.
Well, you know me, I'm fun. Raise money and fun all at the same time. How's it getting any better than that?
That's why you keep coming back to hang out with us.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, it's unbelievable. Your function you had a few weeks ago, $35,000. That's a heck of a great start, and that's awesome. And I want to start right now with sharing with folks just exactly how they can participate and support Camp Lutherwood and join those fine families. In fact, I'm going to run a list of everybody that has already in advance has already made gifts, whether it was tonight or a couple of weeks ago. This is an incredible list of people scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And I had to turn it into a scroll because it wouldn't fit all on the screen, which is great. And so I want to tell you, if you're in a position to join these friends and families of Camp Lutherwood and make a gift tonight, let me show you how to do that. As I mentioned before, you're on the website now and you're watching the live stream because you just went right here on the homepage and you clicked on the live stream. Down at the bottom of this page is an option to go ahead and make a donation. And all you have to do is click on a button that is meaningful to you folks, knowing absolutely, and you ladies agree with me or not, it will be meaningful to Camp Lutherwood. So
Yes.
denomination does not matter. Make a gift that's comfortable to you. Share your love for Camp Lutherwood and make sure it agrees with your pocketbook. We know it's tough and it's a lot of hard times out there. But if you can make a gift tonight, please just scroll down underneath where you're watching the screen right now and make a gift of any denomination. You can pick one of the buttons. Of course, we start with the highest amount, but you can make it even a bigger amount by doing a custom amount, or make it a lower amount. Whatever works for you. Let's go ahead and get that rolling. And while they're doing that, Melissa and Andrea, I think it's a good time for us to share some of the incredible comments we've gotten tonight. I want to acknowledge some of our friends that are out in the audience, and you guys chime in here too. I'm gonna start at the top. We've got some folks to say hello to. John Barnum's in the house. Marcia's in the house. Roxanne, Joanne Palmer coming in from out in Eugene. Martha is in Vancouver, Washington. Laura Fuller in West Lynn. Libby is in West Lynn. Good to see Libby again. I didn't get on any committee calls this year, so I didn't get to say hi to Libby myself, but glad you could join us tonight, Libby. And I love all the camp rocks, right? Even John has got it in there a couple of times. And I want to remind people, we still have a few more giveaways too. So if you're in a position to get in that chat box after you make your donation and support Camp Lutherwood, go ahead and type in Camp Rocks with a hashtag in front of it, and we'll get you in that drawing. We also want to thank Marcia for tuning in tonight. She's in the house. The Clan Singletary. I assume they're watching from another room in the house right now. Is that correct?
They are. I think they're watching during bath time, really.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. And hey, we just got a very generous gift. Andrea, you're multitasking. I mean, not only are you on the show with us, but you're making gifts at the same time. Thank you so very much, Andrea. That is just fantastic. And then want to say hello to Peter. Peter's tuning in from Salem tonight. Victoria says hi. I mean, what a great group. Owen says he's in the drawing. I do want to mention a couple of others. Haley, Laura, the Dodd 100. That probably means something to y'all. And then the Learning Together is in the house also. And we're getting donations. Brenda Schultz, thank you for your generous donation. Big shout out to Brenda. Let's give her a little virtual round of applause for making it happen for us tonight. Absolutely. Martha, thanks for tuning in. We also, there was a couple of stories here I wanted to share that I thought was really cool. And this one came in, it says, as a parent and community member, so grateful for these camp counselors, their impact on the campers and the camp's impact on the counselors. I mean, I keep hearing that over and over every year I've been involved with you on Spirit of Harvest. And I think it's interesting for our audience to know that, camp fees really only cover about 75% of the cost of actually executing the camp. Am I right, ladies?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And the gap is made up with contributions to camp through events like tonight, right? And not only are our costs going up, trying to make sure that we're paying a competitive wage for our camp staff, our summer staff, at the same time, we're trying to minimize any rate increases for camper fees, right? So it's an incredibly challenging time, and it does not happen without the support of our audience tonight. And so if you're in a position to make a gift, folks, just reach down there and click on the donation button and find the amount that's meaningful to you, knowing that it will be meaningful to everybody here at Camp Lutherwood. And speaking of meaningful, okay, Melissa, what do you think we go ahead and give another giveaway away while we're waiting for while we're watching people make their donations? It sound like a good idea.
That's always a great idea. Love giving away things from the trading post.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So I think this time we're going to go with 2 ceramic mugs. Is that right?
Yeah, they're green. They're this perfect size. We take our mugs very seriously. So
yes, we do.
Good size, good handle, Lutherwood green. So, they're a good one.
That is a good handle.
That is awesome. And hey, before I spin here, I want to give a shout out to Martha. Just made a very significant gift. Martha, thank you so very, very much. She gave us an amen earlier. We're throwing her up on the screen. Thank you. Amen for you, Martha. Thank you so very much for your generosity. All right, this is for 2 ceramic mugs, right? Andrea, do you still have that one you were drinking out of earlier with you?
Yeah, it's
do.
not
There it
quite
is.
the same. It's just a little bit different. Melissa, you
Yeah.
had the one, but
I did.
I have
Yeah.
one. I have the green one, but it's downstairs. I'm just
Yeah.
drinking out of an insulated one to keep my grapefruit soda cold.
Your
you go.
grapefruit soda.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and draw. This is for 2 ceramic mugs, and here we go. Let's see, who's it going to be? We've got 18 entries in the house. Let's
Fantastic.
fire them up. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Can't be that one. Martha.
Oh, Martha, that's
Are you
fantastic.
kidding me? How did that happen? How did Martha make a donation and then she wins? I there's no way. I mean, it's divine intervention, is it
It
not?
is. Well, it's a little angel in her picture right there. So maybe that's what it was going there.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
mean,
cool.
wow, what? How cool is that? And hey, speaking of gifts from above, our good buddy Brent just made another very generous donation.
Thanks, Brent.
Brent, thank you so
Thanks,
very
Brent.
much for all your, I mean, years and years and years of support of Camp Lutherwood. Wow, what an incredible person! You and Monica are doing some incredible things for Camp Lutherwood, and we thank
And
you
Monica,
so very,
I
very
mean,
much.
yeah, and Martha, it wasn't rigged.
It was not rigged. That is correct. It was not rigged.
It was divine intervention.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And folks, keep making those gifts. I mean, this is fantastic. We're having a lot of fun. We've heard some great stories, and the bidding is hot and furious. In fact, I think maybe let's take a look, on the website. Folks can go to the leaderboard at the top of the screen and they can actually watch the bidding happening there, Melissa and Andrea. And it's kind of fun to watch as people are bidding away, and check it out and have some fun with it. It's always a good time to see what's happening. As we mentioned earlier, the bidding will continue until about 8:30 tonight, and then it will start to close. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we have a couple of special items in our event tonight, Melissa, that I want to draw some attention to, and I am going to share my screen again.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you if you're on the home screen, just scroll down if you're watching with 2 screens. If you're not, it's also at the bottom underneath the live stream also. But right here, we have a section called B&B Lutherwood Style. Melissa, you've picked 2 Saturday nights, okay?
Yep.
You've got May 6th as a Saturday night and June 3rd as a Saturday night.
Yep.
And tell us about what an incredible opportunity this is for some people.
Well, we're always trying to find really fun experiences at camp that you can't just do anytime. So this is what we've dreamed up this year is Lutherwood B&B. So you get to come on Saturday afternoon and check in, and we'll have some heavy hors d'oeuvres and drinks and snacks. And then you just get the afternoon, evening to walk around, relax, experience camp, and just enjoy the space with very few other people. And we're not going to run any activities for you, but we'll have lots of stuff available for you to do, and have gourmet s'mores at night in our new fireplace outside the dining hall. And then the next morning, we'll have an amazing B&B breakfast from Kevin, our food service director, who makes incredible food. And so you'll just get an opportunity to have an experience at camp that no one else is going to get to do. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And this is a limited opportunity.
It is.
Melissa. And in fact, it's so limited, okay, that we have 4 on each weekend, right?
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I say this correctly. BYOSB, right?
Yeah.
I know that's camp lingo for bring your own sleeping bag, right?
Yeah. So if you're doing one of the 2 or one of the 4, those are in one of our dorm cabins. So they do have bathrooms in there, but they are bunk beds till we get our guest lodge built. We're still doing bunk beds. So bring your own sleeping bag, but you do have a bathroom in there and your whole cabin to yourself. We have 4
shower.
of those cabins and a shower. Yep. So you'll get those. So that's what the 4 are, is one in our dorm, in each of our dorm cabins.
And each one is designated by the date, right? So
Yeah.
May 6th and 7th. It's right here, folks. The amazing part of this is, and it's tough for me, as you ladies know, it's very tough for me. I was really hoping to do some fast talking tonight, but
I
I'm not going to
know.
get to.
You're so good
But
at it.
but we have 4 of each of these on each weekend. There's 4 of each, and it's for a flat contribution of $250. So if you want one of these incredible B&B experiences, you can go on the website right now, click add to cart, and you will receive one of these items, one of these incredible experiences. As you can see, there's only 4 remaining right now. And as we do that, I do want to go and mention you absolutely have an upgraded
Of course.
experience on each weekend, right?
Yep.
In true Lutherwood fashion. Okay.
Yep.
And
'Cause we-
some people may recognize this building, others may not, right? But I
Got some
believe this has a dual
Patrick
purpose
Photoshop
during
going on.
summer camp. But this is a what we call the VIP experience, Melissa.
Yes. Yep.
And I know you mentioned to me there's some upgrades with special wine and some other things. Why don't you share it with us, group?
Yeah. Well, Cascara is a very cozy little cabin. So you can see the little front porch there. And, you know, we were, I did not say bed bugs, Brent. That's funny. You know,
Hey, Brent, we don't use those terms when we're
we
talking
don't.
about
That
Camp
is, those
Lutherwood.
are
No,
one of the few things we don't
absolutely
talk
not.
about at camp is that. Yep. So upgraded, we'll have a little bag for you, a little swag bag, because we do love our swag bags at camp. And then, you know, we will provide linens for you because there is a, you know, double bed in there. So it's not a bunk bed experience. How about that?
Oh,
So,
it's
yeah.
a double bed,
Yeah,
and it
it
comes
is.
with linens, right?
And it comes with linens. We'll provide you the linens.
So not in the other suites, which are wonderful, right?
Yeah,
because
lovely.
you know it's
Upgraded,
wonderful, but
redone
it's
this year. Yeah.
BYSB.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I've got
Yeah.
that. And but you're sleeping in separate bunks, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
you are.
if you
Mhm.
upgrade to the Cascara cabin, the
Yep.
luxurious Cascara cabin, this one is there's only one on each weekend, right? Because we're not sharing it.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope, we're not
This isn't a
sharing.
fraternity party.
Just you.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is an upgrade for the golden contribution level of $500, right?
Yep.
And we only have one of these on each night. Hey, folks, when they're sold, they're gone. I want to
Yeah.
remind you there is no bidding. Okay. I'm not going to drag more cash out of you with respect to purchasing these incredible B&B experiences, right? And hey,
Hey,
speaking of
Patrick.
donations, we've got a big shout out going to Joanna Palmer making a nice donation. Thank you so very much, Joanna. And Thomas Dodd, thank you so much for your generosity in supporting of Camp Lutherwood. That is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Can
So
I say
we're
something,
doing,
Patrick, about
oh,
those
absolutely.
B&B experiences? Cascara was my first cabin in 1988 when I worked in summer camp there with Brent and Monica. And it didn't have a porch, it didn't have air conditioning, and it wasn't anything like it is right now. So, and you even have Wi-Fi in there.
Yeah.
And it probably didn't come with linens either, did it?
Oh no. Oh no. And
No
this
linens.
gives everybody the kind of the taste of what it will be like when our guest lodge is built as well, because then we'll have linens in there as well. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Pretty high end.
High end. This is the lap of luxury across the bridge in Lutherwood and Cheshire, Oregon.
That's
Hey,
right.
Steve Carlson, thank you, Stephen, for your generous gift. And hey, Martha wanted to let you know, Andrea, that whatever you say, Andrea, it was not rigged, right? It was not rigged. Okay. But no, this is some fabulous opportunities for people to support Camp Lutherwood and also get an incredible experience. I mean, I as I've gotten to be involved with you over the years, I'm always amazed when I see people at this event and how they tell stories and all the different things. And there was a story here in our chat tonight I wanted to bring up that is this one here. It said, "My husband turned 50 yesterday. Welcome to the club, by the way. And as I created a slideshow of photos from his first 50 years of life, one that had to be included with him at 10 years old was in front of the same Camp Lutherwood sign. How
Aw,
cool is
that's so
that?
cool.
Huh? Right? And folks, that's our charge tonight, right? That's our charge is we want 50 years from now people to say, hey, I really enjoyed listening to Melissa and Andrea and Patrick talk nonsense for an hour. But more importantly, we want them to say, hey, I remember my time at Camp Lutherwood, and I want to send my kids, my grandchildren, my family to get to experience, whether it's outdoor school or summer camp or it's a retreat of some sort with your church. It doesn't happen. It just flat won't happen without your support, folks. And tonight's the night. We need to make those contributions and help us fill that gap. As I mentioned earlier, only 75% of the cost of camp is covered through the camper fee. The balance is made up with the generous donations from donors like you watching us tonight. And the other thing we've been talking about a lot tonight, I heard Andrea mention it several times, and I did a little research with Melissa, was that, over the last 2 years through this incredibly difficult time, it's harder and harder to find folks to be counselors because they have to make a competitive wage. And you guys, thanks to your support of Spirit of Harvest and other generous donations and grants that we've received from different foundations and government and all those different entities, we've been able to double the wages of our summer staff over the last couple of years. Is that correct, ladies?
It is. Yes.
Yeah. And that's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. But you know what? It's getting tougher, isn't it? I mean, I see the Facebook posts that you're looking for summer campers, counselors and things of that nature. And that's totally, it's totally understandable. And so our goal is, when as we strive to get the best counselors we can, we've got to make sure that our wages are competitive. And that will happen with your support tonight, folks. So please, if you're in a position to make a gift, regardless of the dollar amount, please consider making that gift tonight. And let's make a difference and help us to not only pay those incredibly valuable summer staff that we heard from earlier a competitive wage that makes them choose Camp Lutherwood over some other opportunity that they might have, but also keep that camper fee accessible so that more families can enjoy the incredible experiences that happen right there at the magical place Camp Lutherwood is, right? So, and by the way, you can experience that if you'll jump on right now. I'm still waiting for somebody to pull the trigger there, Melissa. I don't know if they understood, but if they just go to that homepage, I'm going to spend it. I'll be spending the night there.
You're always welcome. We love to spoil all of our guests at camp. So
it's absolutely nothing but the finest here. All you got to do is scroll down on the homepage of the website and go to Get Your B&B Experience, and it'll take you to a page. And those are available right now. They were not available earlier. We tied them to tuning in so we could give our friends that tuned in tonight the first chance to buy them. And if you did go to the live stream section, if you just scroll down even on the live stream section, you'll see that those buttons are right here. And all you've got to do is click on them and you can buy it now. There is no bidding, folks. So jump on those incredible B&B weekends. And those are great weekends, right? Guaranteed sun at Camp Lutherwood, both of those weekends, right?
And you can bring, 5 of your best friends and you can make it a whole party at camp with just your friends and share that love too. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, just buy all of them out and just bring everyone and then, do it that way.
Yeah. I see nothing wrong with any of those ideas. Those are all excellent ideas. Hey, why don't we do another giveaway? How do you feel about that, Melissa?
Let's do it. I think this is our grand prize. This is what I like to call trading post in a bag. So we have pulled all of our favorite things. We have one amazing fleece blanket left that we have made. They're so fun. Water bottle stickers, keychains, everything, of course, in a Lutherwood tote bag. And we'll get that to you, and you will be people will pull you aside at the grocery store too because of all your Lutherwood gear. It'll be great.
Absolutely. And hey, folks, if you haven't entered yet, I'm going to just give you a second. Okay. Don't waste any time. All you got to do is type in hashtag Camp Rocks to enter the drawing. And I'm seeing the numbers. We got quite a few more people that are watching the show than have entered. So definitely type those in right away and get entered. We're getting some applause here. Brent says that he thought Melissa said bed bug. Is that possible,
Yeah,
Melissa? I
yeah.
don't think
I
there's
didn't say
a
bed bug,
chance.
but
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
bunk
No.
bed. Bunk.
bunk bed.
Bunk
Without
bed.
bed
There it
bug.
is.
Yeah.
But
there's no-
we're getting some applause too, so that's good. Thank you, Laura. We appreciate the applause, and Victoria. Even Jordan gave us a little shout out. He gave us a golf clap, it looks like, but that was awesome. All right, here we go. We're gonna draw. This
Do
is for
it.
the what did you call it? In a bag?
Trading post in a bag.
Trading post and bag. Joanna
Yeah.
Palmer just got in the drawing just because I said that, huh? Yeah, here we go. We're drawing now, folks. This is for the big trading post in a bag. Here it is. Who's it going to be? How come I see John Barnum's name go? Oh, no, that's wrong. That
No,
was me.
you
That's
won.
a test. That's a
I'll just-
test.
I'll
As
just
much
send
as
you
I
stuff,
want a
Patrick.
trading post in a bag, I'm not taking it. Okay? I am absolutely not taking it. Here we go. Libby would be a good Camp Lutherwood, Oregon can't win either.
All right. We have.
All
we
right,
already
now
used enough. We don't need more.
I'm getting a little irritated. Here we go.
Here we go. Let me make it happen.
Tom
Tom.
Linkenbach,
Fantastic.
you
That's
are
great.
the winner.
Perfect.
gonna
Thank
be
you so much. We'll get that to you for sure in the
Absolutely
next week or
fantastic.
so.
Thank you so very, very, very much.
It's good.
Hey, this has been a lot of fun. How about you guys?
Has been fun. It's fun to get to
Yes.
see
Get
all
to
of these
visit a
people.
little bit and get to talk about camp. That's awesome. Hey, I want to remind folks that the online auction is still going hot and heavy. In fact, I keep seeing on my screen, I keep seeing the green boxes pop up, right? And that means that people are bidding. And if you haven't started yet, the instructions are right here, okay? Register. You can't buy any more Amazon gift cards. We're about to give that away here in just a second. Uh, but you can keep bidding, okay? And if you click that bid now button, it'll take you to this incredible group of auction packages that are going to start closing about 8:30 tonight. I know one of my favorites that I see every year is this handmade cube lawn game. Tell me about that, Melissa.
Yeah, we have one at camp. It's really fun. You do 2 teams and you set them up on either end and you try to knock each other's cubes down and can't knock the king down in the middle. And it's really fun. So yeah, we play it a lot. And yeah, it's a fun one. And that one's handmade. So a friend of Lutherwood that made one. And it's a really fun yard game to have on hand.
Absolutely. No, that's fantastic. And there's some incredible art. In fact, I want to draw attention to Heidi's art because this is way undervalued right now. Okay. And I am always impressed with longtime supporter Heidi Stolp and the incredible art that she provides each year. And folks, let's show our appreciation, raise some money for Camp Lutherwood. Bid high and bid often, right? And there's also the baby blanket. Am I not correct? Wasn't there a quilt of?
Yeah, you just passed it. It's on the other side of the baby blanket, all the way at the. Yep.
There it is. There it is. Now this is. I think this is really cool, don't you, Melissa?
It is.
Andrea,
Yep.
you don't have one of these. You might have all these T-shirts, though, Andrea. Is that correct?
I do have all those T-shirts.
But this is Carrie Edwards put this, or Carrie Edwards is the high bidder right now. Craig and Cindy Farnstrom put this together. But this is from T-shirts. They've made a quilt out of T-shirts from over the years at Camp Lutherwood. What a cool deal. So that's fantastic. And hey, we need a little clarification from Joanna. What does wash hands mean? Is that camp lingo for something, Melissa, or am I just missing it?
Nope, it's not. Unless it's Palmer camp lingo, I don't know. So
yeah, it might be. It might be.
All
right. Well, hey, the highlight of the night here, I think, is let's think about giving away looky there. Libby just made an incredible donation. Libby, thank you so very much for your generous donation. We certainly appreciate it. And ladies, I'm going to share with us now our incredible wheel of names. And our wheel of names is so much fun. because it has everybody who purchased a Amazon gift card chance to win um, is on this wheel. And when I click on this wheel, it's going to spin, and then we are going to pick the winner of a $500 Amazon gift card. $500 Amazon gift card. What do you think? Are we ready to do it?
I think we're ready. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine? It'd make Christmas shopping a lot easier, wouldn't it?
It would. I could move the things that are in my saved cart to my actual cart, because that's like more than $500.
Yeah. That would be a cool
right
deal.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
Let's do
see
it.
a lot of familiar names. Here we go, folks.
Yeah.
This is for the $500 Amazon gift card. Who's it going to be? Everybody is sitting on the end of their chairs right now. Here we go.
Wow.
Woo!
That's so fun.
How about that? Monica Campbell.
Monica.
Huh? How about that, Monica?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. This is awesome. It's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations, Monica. You are the winner of our $500 Amazon gift card
That's good.
from the Spirit of Harvest. So we'll get
be in
that
touch
off
with
to you
tomorrow about that. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Joanna's clarified here. It means nothing. I thought it was clapping. She is she's new to the whole emoticon. Yeah. Anyhow, I would have never.
It was so funny. Her kids are campers at Lutherwood, and I think it's fantastic that she probably does need her kids to help her with that. That's hilarious. Thanks, Joanna, for making my evening. That was great.
That was really fun.
And Victoria says it's Lutherwood's Wheel of Fortune. So it was, and you don't even have to buy a vowel. So it's even better. So, hey, ladies, I do want to clarify, folks, that those B&B experiences will remain open, right? So if you want one of those past 8:30 tonight, as long as they're available, and I anticipate there will be a run on them any moment now. I think people have just grabbed their sleeping bags for one of those 4 that you need to bring your own sleeping bag to, and beat the rush. Go for that VIP experience. But you can buy them right on the website tonight. Those will stay open until they're sold out. So jump on there as soon as you can.
Yeah,
and
check your calendar. And if those dates really don't work for you, but you really want to do it, just let us know. We'll figure it out. So
yeah, that's awesome. So John is sending me. Let me see before I get out of here. I don't know if I can pull that off or not. I don't think I can actually.
Okay.
But it was a great idea, and I wish I could. But that phone is not connected. I'll play around. I may come back. I know. I know. Melissa's got a few comments, and then I may come back if I can pull that off. Okay. But thank you so much, ladies, for having me. As always, I enjoy being with you guys. You're the best, and Camp rocks, right? Live it up. Thanks.
Camp rocks. Yeah. It's been a delight to spend this time with you this evening and sharing with you the many ways that camp serves people of all ages and has a chance to open the space for people to enjoy. So remember to check back on your silent auction items. You have another half an hour to keep bidding on those. And if you have any questions or you'd like to support camp in another way, please reach out to us at the camp office by phone or email. We would love to, as Andrea told the person in the grocery store, you're welcome to come visit too and see all of the amazing things that are happening at Lutherwood. It's been a fun evening, Andrea. We don't usually get to host, so it was fun to get to do this with you and share all the things that we're both so excited and passionate about. So.
Yeah. And I would say I think Vicki and Sarah should do a reunion in Pine. I think that sounds really good.
Oh yeah. Nobody says, you can pick whoever you want with the B&B piece. So
yeah, it can be anybody.
That's up to you how you want to do that. I think that'd be great. We did just redo all those cabins. So if you have memories of smells or I don't know. Bugs,
all the bathrooms have been redone, everything about them. And we've put new floors in the dorm cabins, and all of our cabins now have heat, air conditioning, and dehumidifying possibilities. So they're very pleasant.
Yeah,
So,
they are lovely. So,
mhm.
yes. All right. Well, thank you again. We just appreciate your ongoing support of camp and look forward to greeting you all at camp soon. Thanks again for spending the evening with us. Good night, sweet campers. We will see you later.
Good night, sweet camp.